What is going on, guys? I'm Director Nat, back for another reaction, and today we are checking out The Owl House Season 2, Episode 10. That's right, it is time for the mid-season finale, and I cannot tell you guys just how excited I am for this. If you've been watching my reactions for a while, you know that I absolutely love this show, and this season has just knocked it out of the park every episode. So now that we've reached the halfway point of Season 2, I'm very excited to see what they will do with this, and the way I see it, there are two main possibilities they could go with. The first option is that it'll just be another episode. It'll still be great and it'll still be meaningful and significant just like all the other episodes, but it won't be like an explosive finale. It'll just be the last episode before we go on hiatus, kind of like episode 10 in season 1. And then the second option is that this could be a Gravity Falls type situation where the halfway point of season 2 is a big explosive episode where so many things from the beginning of the series come full circle to the point where it could almost be a series finale in itself. I think that's what a lot of us are hoping for, but also what's kind of making us nervous because everybody's worried that this is going to end on a huge cliffhanger or that something is going to go wrong and then we're going to have to wait until next year to see how it's resolved. So that's not going to be fun, but boy, will we be excited when it comes back. So what is going to happen in this episode? Let's see if I can keep track of everything that's been going on so far. I've thankfully managed to avoid all spoilers for this episode, but one thing I do know is that we're going to start at Luz's house in the human realm because whenever I'm queuing up the episode, I always catch a little bit of the beginning, at least the first shot, and I saw Luz's house, so I'm very, very interested to see how that's going to go down because we know that there is an imposter, which the fandom refers to as Creepy Luz, that is living with her mother, so I wonder if we're going to finally see this character actually speaking and interacting with her, which makes me so nervous. I also saw that the thumbnail shows Luz, I think, in the same outfit she was wearing last episode, so it's possible this could pick up immediately where that one left off, which wouldn't be surprising because obviously last episode ended with both sides getting Titan's blood. Hunter got the key from Amity and Amity had some of the Titan's blood on her hand, and since we know that Emperor Belus is pretty darn close to finishing his portal door, I wouldn't be surprised if we get right into that. I don't know if it's quite time for the Day of Unity yet. It could be in this episode or they could be saving it for the end of season 2 or even after that, but I'm strongly willing to bet that the portal is going to be involved in this episode. So I'm going to lay out my general theory for how this episode is going to go down, and then we'll see how much of it comes true by the end. So I think it's going to start with Luz's mother and Creepy Luz at her house, and we're going to get caught up on what that dynamic is like, and it's going to set the stakes for why Luz needs to get back to the human realm. Then after that, because he now has the key, Emperor Belus is going to open the door, and as many fans have been speculating, now all of Luz's messages will suddenly go through, and she'll realize that there is a way to get home, and everyone's going to be like, oh no, Belus has finished his portal door, we gotta head over there and stop him before he does something crazy with it. Then there will be some kind of epic fight and Luz will get back to the human realm, and I really don't want this to happen, but it seems like such a good point of drama that they have to do it, is that once she gets through, something will happen to the portal door and she'll now be trapped in the human realm, not able to get back to the Boiling Isles, and then she'll go home and she'll see Creepy Luz with her mom, and her mom's not going to know what to make of this whole situation after getting all her messages, and then the season will end like that and we won't see the resolution until the show comes back next year.
Jeez, you're morbid.
I'm hoping the episode will throw some surprises into the mix. You know, the writers always know what they're doing, but that's my general idea of how it's going to happen. Now it's just a matter of seeing if it'll come true. And then there are all the other things that have been happening this season we need to keep track of. This mysterious member of King's species who could be his dad or could be a relative is still out there somewhere. There's still the Blights, and they're building these abomatons for the Emperor. There's Kiki, who's trying to take down the Golden Guard. There's Gus and Matholomew and this mysterious illusionist who they met at these ancient ruins. And of course there's the continuing relationship between Amity and Luz, which I absolutely love, and that just keeps getting better the more we see of it. Oh yeah, and how could I forget Ida? She is continuing to master her Harpy mode, and she has some stakes in this too because Rain has been captured, so I wouldn't be surprised if they go up against Belus and suddenly he's like, you wouldn't want to hurt Rain, would you? Which, by the way, I forgot to point out my Bad Girl Coven shirt. I'm rocking it one last time. Now, during the hiatus, I am going to try to find some more Owl House shirts that I can wear, but for now, I'm going to wear this one last time before we go on break because I absolutely love this thing. But anyway, back to the actual episode. So yeah, there's a lot that could happen, lots of things to keep track of. I'm curious to see what kind of mid-season finale this is going to be, and I guess there's only one way to find out, so let's not waste any more time. Let's just get right into it, folks. Alright, here we are. Back in Connecticut. Huh? Oh no.
What's the box for me, huh?
Just cleaning up a little.
Even this? You used to love making me tinfoil swans.
I'm just looking for a fresh start. Cam taught me a lot, you know?
Yes, it sure did.
Oh yeah. What the?
Loose! Grab the pliers. There we go.
Aw.
That's the 5th trap this week.
If I ever catch who's responsible, I'll let un pow! Let's go back inside. I'll make my noodles.
This is more unsettling seeing her. No! Okay, was that maybe a flash forward? Are we gonna see Luz figure out that there's an imposter, but she's unable to contact her mother? Or is this maybe just another crazier part of this Luz's personality? Bum 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 ba da 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 ba da dum ba da 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 dum bum 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 ba da 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 ba da 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 dum. I don't know why I sang it like that, but I'm ready. I'm ready, folks. Yesterday's a lie. Wow, I even managed to avoid the episode title.
Your crazy apocalypse supplies finally came in handy, Ida.
Don't forget this.
Titan blood.
Yeah. All right.
Are you sure this isn't gonna, like, blow our faces off?
Nope.
Well, here goes something.
Oh, wow. See, Amity pitched in. Ha! It didn't blow up!
That looks real different from the old door.
But this is my one chance to see my mom.
Oh, so she's maybe gonna be able to go back and just see what's happening, but not actually be there?
Once I make sure my mom is okay, I'll be right back.
Just be careful. The human realm's filled with some real weirdos.
Don't forget to mention me!
You know, I feel like they're setting up Luz being trapped in the human realm or somewhere else and not be able to come back, so I feel like it would have been more effective if Amity and her other friends were here for this, but maybe that could still be coming, and you know, I'm always so nitpicky when other characters don't show up, but what can I say? I like these characters and I like them all to be together. Okay. Oh, other worlds, maybe.
Am I back at the house?
Flashback? Maybe? Oh. Okay.
I wonder if I could see Amity.
Oh.
No. Come on, Luz, you're on a mission.
Uh.
Now say that of the human realm? Got ya.
Real quick before we continue, this kind of reminds me of the World Between Worlds episode of Star Wars Rebels, which I'm not going to spoil for anyone who hasn't seen that show, but you should definitely go check that show out because it's really good, and if you have seen the 4th season, then you probably know what I'm talking about, so let's keep going.
Ice platform.
Uh-oh.
Mom. It's my house. Mom.
Oh. There's
Do you need any
Luz's
help?
dad, which I've never really asked about that.
Oh, are you done cleaning your room?
With all that old stuff gone, I feel like a whole new person. Evil doppelganger! Mom! Luz Nucilla 2.0. Doppelganger!
Creepy Luz.
Just breathe and count to 5. A new life. You! So you can hear me.
You're from the demon realm.
Listen, I just wanna
I'm not going back. I won't go back.
Luz?
Okay, so that's one of the theories people have been coming up with, is that this was a demon imposter, and that's kind of what I was thinking, is that maybe it went through the portal at the same time Luz went in and took her place. The voice sounds really familiar. I don't know if that's just Luz's voice actor speaking a little higher or if that is someone else, but definitely sounds familiar, so I'm gonna have to check that when this episode is over.
See, Mama? I just saw a spoiler for Monster Slayer Academia.
I will never understand anime.
Wait!
Oh, here's this house.
So this is it. I'm gonna have to run again. Why couldn't this just work out?
Is that maybe Amethyst's voice actress from Steven Universe? It definitely sounds familiar.
Stop moving.
Huh?
You'll make it tighter.
Huh?
What's your name?
I'm number 5. I mean, I'm V.
Who are you, and why are you pretending to be me?
I'm just looking for a place to belong. You were missing, and Camila seemed so kind, so I stayed with her, but I'll go if you want.
Oh, wait. Maybe we can help each other.
Oh.
I was gonna tell my mom where I've been, but because of you, she hasn't realized I've been missing. So, keep living in my place, for now. When I get back, I can introduce her to the demon realm and help you find a place to live.
There's one problem. I need magic to transform, and I just use the rest of it.
Uh-oh.
Strange woman band from Cafe.
That's Ida, the owl lady. She's been coming here for years. She might have left some magic stuff behind.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, this is really cool. I expected it to be like a demon imposter, but most people, because they refer to this as creepy Luz, are thinking that it would be an evil doppelganger situation. But this is really interesting. And yes, I did notice that security camera that is viewing her every action, but I was going to wait to comment on it until I finish this thought. So let's see what that's about. So there's someone in the human realm watching all this? Oh, and we get to see more of the human realm. That was totally a statue of Philip Woodabane. Welcome to Gravesfield, founded in 1635. Okay, so that explains how Philip and Luz both went to the Boiling Isles, because they're originally from the same place. There are two people standing next to each other. That one on the right is probably Philip Woodabane. Could the other one on the left be Bellows? I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell because it's just a statue. But people have been... there have been two camps of people theorizing about Bellows. There's people who think that he is Philip Woodabane or is like his descendant. And then people who just think that he's like maybe has some kind of connection to Philip Woodabane. Yeah. Wow. See, this is the best way to give information, is not just telling us, but showing us and like not even drawing attention to it, so that we have to be the ones to engage our interest. This is so cool. Let's keep going.
Have any, magical old ladies left enchanted items here?
You're not friends with that witch-obsessed guy, right?
I told you. Actually, I'm asking about her.
Oh, Marilyn? Yeah, she tried to pay for a latte with a live raccoon a couple months ago.
Ah.
But when I called the cops, she did something weird to the croissants. Now we have a whole new problem.
Who is this magic-obsessed guy?
Primitive wisdom grants us speech. We desire more.
Oh my god, there are answers all around you guys. Oh.
Hexus Hold'em cards. You gotta be careful approaching high schoolers. Mark all your exit routes and...
Actually, these guys are cool.
wait!
Huh?
Oh, she's gonna embarrass herself. I can't watch.
Oh, hey, Luz. Good to see you outside of prison.
Come on, camp wasn't that bad. Camp?
Okay, yeah, this is interesting detail, because you remember back in episode 8, Luz was so scared that she would get made fun of again because of her experience in the human realm. So maybe this is going to have to be her realization, that she doesn't just have to go to some crazy world of magic in order to find acceptance in people who like her. She can find them, you know, in the human realm too, which also makes me nervous because of the possibility that she will stay in the human realm permanently and not go back to the Boiling Isles, which I don't want to happen. But it's still an important lesson nonetheless, so let's go.
Is it that dusty in here? Welcome to the Gravesfield Historical Society. Let me guess, you're here to buy those weird cards, right?
Are you okay?
Hey, forget what that girl said. I know what it's like to want to run away from home.
You and I are not the same. You had a mom that loved you, a home, a life. You had it good. And you still wanted to run away. I didn't have a choice. My real name is Number 5. I'm a basilisk and I shouldn't exist.
Huh?
My kind went extinct a long time ago.
Oh, Basilisk.
Some of us escaped, but I knew it was only a matter of time before he caught us again. That's when I saw you and realized there might be a way out of this.
Luz, where are you? Luz? There you are.
Hello, fellow human. Skin's sure weird.
But I was thinking, instead of taking the bus to camp, why don't we drive? I got the day off from work, and you'll have full control of the playlist.
I didn't mean to keep playing this role, but Camila was nice to me. I resent you for running away, but I'm also thankful that you did. I don't know.
Secrets of Great. Oh man. Oh.
What is all this?
Oh, the security camera. Oh. Oh no.
Have we been followed this whole time?
Oh. Oh dang. Oh no.
After all this time, after setting up all those traps, I finally caught a living, breathing demon! Oh, don't be surprised. A few years back, I had a chance encounter with another one of your kind.
Oh.
At first, I couldn't believe what I saw, but after watching a few MewTube videos, I learned the truth. Witches and demons are real. And they're all sent from Mars to harvest human teeth to power their time machine.
Okay, he's got it.
I'll expose your vile plans on MewTube and finally get my account verified. Because you'll be in cages for the rest of your life.
Even if I get out, he knows what my disguise looks like. He'd out me to Camila and it would cause her more trouble than if you just disappeared. It's okay, I'm used to living like this. Goodbye, Luz.
No! V! Number 5!
V. Now I get it.
Camila Noceda. Mom, are you there?
Huh? Luz? I didn't even hear you call.
It's so great to hear your voice.
Oh, it's great to hear you too. What's wrong?
I have to tell you the truth about the last few months. Let me tell you about a place called Boiling Isles.
You didn't have to make up this elaborate story about
It's-
the demon realm.
I'm not making it up, Mom.
Don't worry, I'll play along.
Do you even notice that your app isn't open?
Do you work for the government?
Oh, I'm a veterinarian, actually.
Oh, veterinarian. For some reason, I thought all this time that she like worked at a hospital, but veterinarian. That actually seems more fitting now.
I'll need verbal confirmation that I get to publish my findings first.
Okay.
Now you're bound by law. Follow me.
You even made me a part of your game. Wow, this is so fun.
This ain't a game.
Let me start by telling you the secret history of Gravesfield. In the 1600s, this was a peaceful colony until two brothers were lured into a realm of evil by a real witch, never to be seen again.
Brother. So, okay, so is Bellis Philip Witterbane and he lost a brother, or is he the brother and Philip Witterbane is long gone?
People have stopped believing in the horrors of witchcraft, but I know the truth.
Whoa.
He's got a training wand.
Behold!
Oh, wow! That is a very...
Real.
costume?
Oh no. Oh no.
Everything I told you was true.
So that thing has been living with me the entire time?
Her name is V, and she may look different, but she's not bad. Please, you gotta help her.
She is a vet after all.
Hello? This is all so confusing, but who knew I had such a strong girl living under my roof this whole time?
Let's begin our live dissection of this demon right now!
Stop! The president just called. Yeah, and,
You gotta pander.
you know what? I don't have the imagination for this. I will be taking this innocent child with me. You better back the heck down.
I'm the good guy here!
Yeah. A lot of bad guys say that.
That's the thing about bad guys. They think they're the good guys. Which makes me have to really wonder about Bellus's motivation, but we'll get to that. We're giving more hints already.
Is it okay to leave him in there?
He'll be fine. He can use the time for some self-reflection.
Hopefully he'll be able to get out. Ooh! Cool!
Thanks for being cool about everything.
Yeah.
I'm trying to hold it together. I really am. But I have never been this scared before. The demon realm? Magic? How are you gonna get back here? Is this the only way I can touch you?
I will make a working portal, I promise.
As scary as this is, it really does seem like you've matured.
Yes. I've learned so much. Staying here was the best decision I ever made.
You chose to stay there? Were you trying to live out some witch fantasy? Did you hate living with me that much?
Mama, no!
Oh.
No, not yet. Not yet! I'm being pulled back!
Baby, no. When you come home, promise you'll stay here. I didn't mean to push you away.
No.
Promise me, Luz. Please.
No! Don't make that promise.
Okay, Mom. I promise.
Oh, it's falling apart.
Did you talk to your mom? Did you mention me?
Yeah. Mom can't wait to meet you guys.
With everything we've learned, we'll have a real working portal in no time.
I can't wait to share parenting tips.
Who dubbed you a parent?
No, don't end there. Why? Now what the heck? It's the last time. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Okay, guys, so that was the Owl House mid-season 2 finale. I don't want to be this upset because it was a great episode and like this is the last one we get for the next several months, but I'm sorry, I can't help but be upset right now. I mean, as beautiful as that ending was and we knew that it had to come eventually, like Luz she's been torn now between what am I gonna do? Am I gonna stay in the human realm completely? Am I gonna stay in the Bowling Isles? Am I gonna be able to go back and forth between the two? But now she's kind of been forced in the moment to make that decision. You know, I imagine that's gonna create tension. You know, her friends and Amity, oh my god, Amity, are going to be talking about all the great things they're going to do together, how happy they all are, and Luz is going to know in the back of her mind that she has to go home and that her mom won't want her to come back, and her and her mom are going to have more to work out. Why? Okay, so that's just the end of the episode. So as always, let's just go through everything one at a time because there's a lot to talk about. So we did start back in Connecticut with Luz's mom and the imposter Luz, who we now know is named V, and she actually turned out to be a really cool character. Like, everyone's been referring to this Luz as Creepy Luz, so we were thinking more of an evil demon imposter situation, but V actually turned out to be really nice, and that was a very surprising direction to take it. But this show always manages to surprise me in a really cool way. And I did go back and check her voice actress. I really hope I'm pronouncing this right. Michaela Dietz, who did voice Amethyst in Steven Universe. I thought that was her voice. Again, I hope I'm pronouncing her name right, but that is the voice actress, and it was really cool to see her again. And yeah, it's just really interesting to see her because she's kind of what Luz possibly could have become if she had stayed in the human realm and gone to summer camp. You know, not necessarily necessarily bad. You know, she seems, you know, that she could have grown a lot and that she was happy and that she and her mom get along really well, but it's also just not Luz, and she's just, you know, not as crazy or weird as she used to be. She's throwing away a lot of things she used to be interested in, and so it's clear that going to the Boiling Isles was the best thing that could have happened to her, but it's at least interesting to see what might have happened. I thought the flash forward was a very clever way to transition into Luz coming through the portal. That made me think, oh, is this like a darker half of this imposter's personality, or are we going to see Luz trying to get back to the human realm? So that was cool that was the focus of the episode. Luz finally figuring out a way to make a portal, even if it's not perfect. But her going through that whole sequence of being able to go into reflections was very interesting. It led to a lot of funny moments. Like, I wonder if I could see Amity. She's like, no, I gotta stay on task. Which, yeah, probably, you know, that's probably not something you would want to get in the habit in if you can jump into reflections, because you never know what someone is going to be doing if you suddenly barge in on them. But that's a topic for another time. And again, something I have to nitpick is that I think the tension in this episode may have been a little stronger if some of the other characters there, which again, ultimately at the end of the day, these are the core characters: Luz, Ida, King, and Hooty, because he is the Owl House. Like, they are the core characters who we've been with since the very beginning of the show. So ultimately, if you don't have attention for the time for a large group, you're automatically going to bring the attention back to them. I get that, but since there's tension, the Luz going in and not knowing if she'll be able to get back out, and then the end of the episode where she's facing that terrible decision, it would have been stronger if Amity and all her other friends were there, like knowing that this is the life she's going to have to give up. But again, just a little nitpick. I'm always going to want to see more of these characters. And quite possibly my favorite aspect of the episode was finally getting to see where Luz lived in the human world and all these world building details, which again, you have to pause and nitpick if these are aspects that have been right in Luz's face while she was living in this town. How'd she not know about them? But then again, I'm sure there are statues in the town I live in that I've never seen before or paid that much attention to, or things that you just don't care about because you're not looking for them. So it's probably a situation like that. But either way, I just love all the details that they threw around, because that's a really smart way to give information to the audiences, just by showing it and let it speak for itself and force the audience to seek these things out instead of just saying, oh, here's what happened, here's the thing. Like, we know the name of this town, we saw those two statues, which I was automatically like, oh, one of those has got to be Belos or Philip Woodabane. And then we see Ida has actually been around this town quite a bit, like running into different people and leaving things behind, which makes sense if she's gonna come to the human realm so often. And again, they keep throwing in these things, make you what's going on, who's behind all this, like this weird security camera that had me spiraling into a whole bunch of theories. And then we meet this guy who is obsessed with witches and demons and has been trying to figure things out. So we have more details about Philip Woodabane's backstory now, is that this used to be a colony back in the 1600s, and he got sucked in along with his brother, which could be Belos, or it could be the other way around. We have to wait and find out, but that's how he got to the human realm. And it said that they were lured there by a witch, so it's possible there could be this other evil character, or a character who simply made a mistake that we have yet to meet. So yeah, that's always going to be one of my favorite parts of an episode, is that I love learning backstory. I love lore being added to the world because it makes the overarching story that much more interesting. And even though it's something I've been worried about that they were inevitably going to have to get to, is that they are starting to introduce, you know, that really important message for Luz to learn, is that because she's always felt like an outcast and that she doesn't belong, but in this episode she's actually being shown that even though things weren't perfect, she actually did have things better than she thought, or at least better than some other people have had, and that she doesn't have to go to some crazy fantasy realm in order to find acceptance in people who care about her. She can find them right here in her home if she's just willing to look for them. And despite what that inevitably could lead to, it's still an important message for her to learn, is that that's something everyone has to learn when growing up, is that there are people out there who won't make you feel worthless, just like Amity said. And that is something really important to focus on, because we've seen in the last couple episodes how Luz never felt accepted and how she was constantly rejected, but now she's seeing that there is a possibility for her back in her own realm. So it is cool that they followed up with that, even if it was just for a few scenes. Again, not saying I'm not worried about where that's eventually possibly going to lead in the series finale, but you know, it's still cool they're addressing addressing it anyway. Oh, one of the other details I caught was that painting that says Hunting of Dangerous Witches, so it's possible that in Philip Widowbane's time, which would make sense given the period, that there was tension between humans and witches, so if that were to come back to the surface, you know, because if we're leading towards the Day of Unity and suddenly witches and humans are going to be in the same realm again with the history and the concepts that humans generally have of witches, that could end very, very badly. And wow, talking about unexpected things, like obviously we expected Camila to feel hurt by Luz's decision, for her to get angry and be fearful about learning all these things, but she was, you know, surprisingly okay with a lot of things, or at least came around to quickly and had a good sense of understanding, which that is what the show has always done, is setting up a trope that you would typically expect, but then they kind of give us the opposite, and it's a lot more heartwarming, which is always great because I love this show being emotionally honest. And yeah, it is probably also to do with the fact that they have a shorter runtime than they originally planned, so they have to get certain things a little quicker. Like maybe if they had a full season 3, maybe some of these elements would have been spaced out a little more or taken a bit more time, but they just don't have that time anymore. But either way, they still managed to do it in a way that's effective. And yeah, that whole scene with Camila saving V, which another fun detail we learned is that she's a veterinarian, which actually totally makes sense. But yeah, her saving V and accepting V back into her home, despite the fact that she's a demon, was completely unexpected, but really cool because I really came to like V as a character. So this is a very interesting situation. But then of course we get to the final scene, which it was an absolutely beautiful scene. It was heartwarming, heartbreaking, beautifully animated. Like that image of Luz in the lighting with the rain was just absolutely phenomenal. The art department and the animators deserve major prop for their work on that scene and really this entire episode. But yeah, it was also heartbreaking because we finally got that stuff that Luz and her mom inevitably had to address. Like, did Luz feel like she was pushing her away? Was she that desperate to run? Is she just living some fantasy instead of facing the real world? Which I don't think she was being totally fair, because like Luz was telling her the truth and pouring her heart out to her, so this should be the moment where she realizes that her actions kind of led Luz to feel this way. But you know, in the heat of the moment, that's just what somebody is gonna say. And yeah, the line that just made this episode sad for me, which I didn't want it to, but that's just how it is that Camila is now basically put Luz in the position where she has promised that she will come and stay in the human realm and not go back to the Boiling Isles, which you know is going to be the tension for the rest of the season, is that she's going to have an amazing girlfriend with Amity, she's going to have a wonderful group of friends, she's going to have a mother figure and a little brother in King, and everything is going to be going great in the Boiling Isles, but then eventually they are going to figure out the portal, they're gonna have to stop Bellis, and all that's gonna come to a head, and then she's gonna be like, yeah guys, I kind of promised my mom that I would go to the human realm and not come back, which maybe they are going to follow through with that. Even though it wouldn't be my preferred ending, it would still bring Luz's arc full circle in a way that made sense, and it would be very emotionally powerful. So if that is where they are heading, I will try to prepare myself for that. But at the same time, I hope it's one of those situations, like I truly hope that it's just one of those situations where they are trying to make us as worried and as tense about the ending not working out as possible, so that they can then give us a happy ending. Like, those are my favorite kinds of endings, are the ones where in the final season they just really make you worried that things are not going to work out, but then they do. And so not saying that there can't be any consequences, not saying that it has to be like perfectly 100% happy, but you know, I am really hoping that that is what they're leading to. I hope that they can find some kind of compromise where maybe Luz will live in the human world part of the year, she'll live in the Boiling Isles the other part, or there'll be a portal that she can go back and forth easily. Or if there's a Day of Unity, maybe the two realms will be combined permanently. They'll just have to stop Bellis from whatever his plan is, specifically whatever advantage he gains from that. So yeah, there's a lot to be nervous about, a lot to theorize in the meantime. I'd assume, like, based on the last hiatus between the first half of season 1 and the second half of season 1, there was about a 5-month gap, which if we went by that would mean that the season would return in December, but December is kind of a weird time to bring back a show because that's usually when shows are ending. So if I had to guess, it would be January or maybe even February of next year. I hope January, but that's probably the earliest we can hope for it. So yeah guys, I'm just gonna stop there, otherwise I'll ramble on forever. As sad as it made me feel at the and as worried as I am for what's going to happen next, it was truly a fantastic episode, and it's just doing everything right. It did everything a mid-season finale should do. It wasn't like the explosive Gravity Falls type mid-season finale that some of us might have expected, but it was still a great and meaningful episode that set the stakes for the rest, and I absolutely loved it. So as for what I'm going to be doing on my channel in the meantime, I may do some more Owl House videos. Like, I want to maybe do my ranking of season 2 so far. I may do another video where I give some of my theories on what could happen next, maybe ones that I haven't discussed here. But my primary focus, now that I don't have to worry about Owl House reactions, that I'm going to be focusing on Amphibia. I did an update video on this, but basically to summarize is that I'm going to get all of my Amphibia reactions recorded before season 3 comes out, so that way I can be caught up on the show, and then before season 3 comes out, I'll try to edit and upload as many of them as I can with my schedule, but I'm going to have a lot of conflict, so I don't know how many I'll get out. And then when season 3 comes out, I'm going to put my season 1 and 2 reactions on hold so that I can watch season 3 and upload my reactions as it comes out and enjoy it with everybody, just like I do with the Owl House. And then once that season goes on hiatus, then I'll get back to my editing my season 1 and 2 reactions. I hope that wasn't too confusing. I tried to make it as straightforward as possible, but yeah, so that's what I'm going to be focusing on my channel in the meantime while we're waiting for Owl House to come back. I hope you guys will stick around for all that, but even if you're just here for my Owl House reactions, I will see you when the season returns, probably next year. And on that note, thank you guys so much to everyone who watches. Like, it is really nice to have videos that get like thousands of views, and knowing that a lot of people are watching it. Obviously, you know, you like to see that, but what really has made this special is just getting to share this experience with all of you, hearing how you enjoyed my reactions, what your thoughts on the episodes were, whether we agreed or disagreed, or you guys brought up some points maybe I hadn't thought of. Like, that has been the most special part of this for me, is hearing your positive feedback and hearing your comments on the show in general and getting to experience it with everybody else. So truly, to all my subscribers, to people who watch these videos, thank you so much. I really have appreciated that, and I cannot wait for the rest of season 2. So with that, I'm gonna turn it over to you guys. What did you think of this mid-season finale? What do you think of some of the things I had to say? What are your predictions and theories for the rest of the season? How excited are you? Where do you think we're heading? All that stuff. Whatever it is, feel free to share your thoughts down in the comments and let me know what you think. If this is your first time on the channel, be sure to leave a like and consider subscribing. Also be sure to check out my other videos. It really does mean a lot. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you for the second half of Owl House Season 2.